VMware Tanzu Application Platform, TAP for short, is an end-to-end solution that simplifies building, deploying, and managing modern cloud-native applications on Kubernetes. It helps coordinate the work of DevSec and Ops to boost quality and productivity across the organization. In this demo, we'll focus on the developer experience. If you're a developer, you might relate to the following sentiment. As a developer, I want to be able to quickly build and deploy applications so that I can focus on developing new features. TAP has a few tricks up its sleeve to help boost your productivity. To help you start new projects quickly and with confidence in your choice of tools and patterns, TAP provides Application Accelerators. Accelerators are templates that provide reference architectures, code, and your organization's preferred standards and conventions to help you go from zero to productive as quickly as possible. Once you're ready to test in Kubernetes, TAP makes it easy to deploy and iterate quickly on your code. TAP uploads code from your computer to the cluster using an image registry for transport. It uses an open source project called Tilt to swap updated layers directly into the running container. This feature is called Live Update, and indeed, as you can see in this demo, you'll see changes reflected in your application almost immediately. You can also attach your debugger to your app in the cluster. Live updates are great for making coding sessions more productive, but eventually you'll want to onboard your application to the build environment where it can benefit from robust, secure software supply chains. To make onboard easy, TAP provides an abstraction called workload. A workload simply tells TAP where your source code is and which supply chain it should use. In this example, we're telling TAP to use the supply chain for web applications. This is a one-time operation. Thereafter, TAP will continuously monitor for updates that are relevant to your application. This could be Git commits, new scanning input, or patches to the runtime or operating system layers in your containers. TAP will automatically reprocess your application as needed. TAP employs GitOps to manage deployment configuration and deliver your application to any number of runtime environments. The build process prepares the configuration for your application and stores it in a GitOps repository. Then, all you, or your friendly DevOps team, needs to do is to place a deliverable resource in any cluster where you would like your app to run. The deliverable tells TAP where to get the application configuration. Anytime the configuration is updated in the GitOps repository, TAP will apply the new configuration to the cluster. Altogether, accelerators, live updates, and easy onboarding enable developers to focus on coding. But developers have additional concerns. For example, as a developer, I want to be able to deploy my applications in a scalable and secure way to provide users a safe, reliable, and performant experience. Onboarding is easy, but what happens next? Thankfully, TAP provides the visibility you need to answer that question. Here's the supply chain for the application we just onboarded. Notice that it is modular and it leverages various open source projects. Your DevOps team is ultimately in charge and can use the defaults shown here or swap things out if they prefer. The first step is a subscription to the Git repository where your code lives. Any new commit will trigger the supply chain. The next 4 steps take care of testing and containerizing your code, and thoroughly scanning for vulnerabilities. If anything fails, you'll be able to get the information about the errors or about the vulnerabilities that violated policy. The next set of steps generate configuration. The configuration is based on conventions and can include generic considerations like service bindings or specific ones like Spring Boot actuator configuration. The final activity in the supply chain writes the application configuration to a GitOps repository by way of a pull request. Once the pull request is accepted, the rest of the process is triggered and the application is deployed to its target environments. In short, TAP enables you to track your application on its path to production. But that's not all. TAP also gives you deep visibility into your live application. You can find all runtime resources and configuration, check your application logs, toggle log levels, review environment variables, and examine a broad set of metrics ranging from CPU and memory utilization to application threads to user traffic, errors, and performance. By consolidating all of this information into a single UI, TAP makes it easy to get comprehensive insight into the runtime state and behavior of your applications. But no one really works alone, which brings us to our last developer story. As a developer, I want to be able to collaborate more effectively with my colleagues so that we can work together to build high-quality applications. Modern applications are usually interconnected systems of microservices, often owned by different teams, communicating through APIs. TAP makes it easy to share your work and to explore applications by other teams in your organization. You can explore the organization catalog and find diagrams of entire systems and domains, and links to source code, documentation, and team members. You can also discover APIs and test them without ever leaving the TAP developer portal. I hope you enjoyed this whirlwind tour of Tanzu Application Platform, and I hope you agree it's a platform that makes developers happy. We invite you to learn more at tanzu.vmware.com/application-platform.